Hello, my name is Chloe Folan, and this evening's video is a little bit impromptu, meaning not a lot of preparation for it. This is a bit spontaneous, so we'll see how this goes. As the title of the video suggests, this is just a short video just talking a bit more about the public release of the Ray Path Healing Phase 2 techniques. So first of all, if you are interested in this technique, you must have attended the Rainbow Bridge Phase 1 workshop classes, because this is the next step from Ray Path Healing Phase 1. So this technique has been privately tested for a few years as the follow-on to Ray Path Healing Phase 1, but there was about a year's delay. This technique was actually scheduled to be released nearly a year ago. But what happened there is, just as notes were being prepared, final notes were being taken, diagrams were being organized, checking in with people who'd been testing the technique for me, I had 3 people separately who were testing this technique for me contact me simultaneously, meaning they didn't, they don't know each other, they didn't discuss this with each other. So very good feedback to get when you have 3 people simultaneously contact you with very similar impressions. So when these people were checking in with me, their channels were looking very clear, very wide, from an angelic approach to this. And they shared with me what impressions they had received as they were working with the technique notes that were privately given to them to work with. And it was very similar, meaning they'd received some, how would I word it, a spontaneous adaptation to work with. And all 3 of them very similar. It was fascinating. So like that, I wasn't going to ignore that. Their channels were looking fabulous. They had worked with those impressions privately from the proper notes they'd been given and practicing with. And I realized, okay, I need to put on hold the release. This is worth adapting and testing in the to be released notes. I want this tried and tested. So what I did, adaptions were made to those notes, adaptions were sent out to people, and everyone's had phenomenal success over the last year with these adaptions. And this is now what has birthed the public release of this technique. So there has been a year's delay because I wanted this tested properly. So part of that impression is now part of these formal teachings. So thank you to those 3 students in particular, because this has come from listening to what they had to say, taking notes of what they did, adapting the notes again appropriately, and making some needed changes to this public release. So I'm very excited for this. So just to be clear, one of the reasons I'm sharing this is just to highlight how much work and effort is put into the Ray Path healing techniques that I release. These techniques are not rushed. They are not solely based on my impressions or teaching experience. So much goes into keeping track of people testing the techniques, people very diligently understanding the prototype test group they're a part of and making time to test the techniques, letting me know what's happening, staying in contact. There's a lot that goes into this being honestly, properly, thoroughly tested and then released. And it's my belief that that's what people connect with first. That if you are someone who has done any of my Ray Path healing series modalities, that the sincerity, the honesty, the patience, and the diligence of properly testing these techniques comes through. So what is Ray Path Healing Phase 2 about? Ray Path Healing Phase 2 is about continuing to work with the angelic clearing prayer, for continuing to detox the auric field. It's also about continuing to work with the angelic grounding prayer, or not just strengthening the auric field, but grounding those angelic qualities and bringing those angelic energies into your energy field in a very fluid, healthy manner. Like that, a lot of students who've worked with Ray Path Healing Phase 1 and who've been testing Phase 2 for me have had so much independent feedback of the people seeing beautiful angelic sparks and presences in their auric fields surrounding them, being able to clearly see their auric field and the beautiful definition in the auric field and the vibration and frequency of the angelic realms being very grounded, very present in very normal, practical, everyday life. So continuing to work with those particular techniques, but working with the soul star blessing symbol, as well as working with the angelic energy globes, for continuing to really widen and clear the central vertical channel, getting it really wide and clear deliberately. And then also at the same time, with precision prayer work, continuing to deeply appeal to building to your triad chakra. This workshop also includes deep teachings around the triad. You're going to be taught about the triad chakra, the highest celestial chakra above the soul star, in greater detail. That is partly covered in Ray Path Healing Phase 1, but in Ray Path Healing Phase 2, deep detail about the triad, what that chakra is, what it's about, the energy points, its relevance, how it is a body of the highest self, what its relevance is, its importance, why build to that higher body and appeal to that higher body. And what's beautiful is I've witnessed people, now keep in mind, people have been working with testing Phase 2 for me for a while. I've witnessed some people even starting to build their monadic chakra with continued use. But just to be clear, this workshop focuses on deepening what you've been taught in Ray Path Healing Phase 1, continuing to work with the antahkarana mantra, the angelic cleansing prayer, the angelic grounding prayer, working with angel energy globes, but now deepening the frequency, deepening the experience, working with the soul star blessing symbol for continuing to deeply widen and clear the central vertical channel, giving very precise appeal prayer work for getting you fully built to your triad chakra, giving you deep knowledge and teachings and information about what the triad chakra is, its relevance, importance as a body of the higher self, how that relates to you, causation of building to that body and integrating that body. So a lot of very detailed information. And you'll also be taught, there'll be diagrams as well, and you'll also be taught a beautiful triad prayer, meaning separate to the main technique you're taught, a beautiful triad chakra prayer that you can say any time you feel spontaneously drawn to do so. A prayer for continuing to deepen your connection and understanding to the function of the triad chakra, what the triad chakra means, the energies that you connect with as you appeal building to your triad chakra. So a beautiful, beautiful prayer that you can just sound for deepening your connection to the triad, receiving the energies of your triad. And it's just a beautiful prayer to say anyway. Even people that have moved beyond building to their triad or are starting to build to their monad still absolutely love that prayer. So there's a lot within this workshop, and I'm really excited to teach it. And there'll be other topics covered as well that I haven't gone into big detail. That's what the workshop is for. And please keep in mind, I do try to keep my videos short. So on that note, if you would like to, if you have done Ray Path Healing Phase 1, so I just want to bring up my screen share. If you have completed Ray Path Healing Phase 1, so I'm on my website, and I'm on the Ray Path Healing Technique Phase 1 Workshop tab. So if you have completed the proper official Ray Path Healing Phase 1 Workshop with me, you may avail of the Ray Path Healing Phase 2 Workshop. So I have that listed on my Facebook page. So I'll put all of these links, as always, down below this video. So Ray Path Healing Phase 2 is going to be taught over 2 3-hour classes. The first class is coming up soon on April the 14th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Irish time zone. And the second class, because I'm teaching this main workshop broken up over 2 classes. So Ray Path Healing Phase 2 taught over 2 classes. The second class will be May the 19th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Irish time zone. So those 2 3-hour classes, I will give a break in the middle of each class. The classes will be recorded and sent on to students who are attending those classes only. It's a recording for you to listen back to, along with the techniques that you'll be practicing in between the 2 classes, to have the class recordings to always be able to refresh and revisit the teachings, and to help with study and continued meditation with the techniques. So the class is, and I do need to update some details here, the class is €140 per person. And I do need to update some more details and list a little bit more about what's included in the classes. So if you are interested in attending, you can contact me through the Facebook event link, or you can contact me through my website, www.chloefolan.com. Like that, I will be putting on this workshop again. I do appreciate this is short notice, but like that, I do have people booked for this class, and it was only this week, the week before, that I realized I hadn't created a video. I hadn't talked about it more. I'm very blessed that I'm extremely busy with personal bookings, and there's other workshops that I'm in the middle of facilitating and also highlighting. So apologies over the short notice, but if it does spontaneously work with you through synchronicity to join, you're most welcome, but you do have to have completed Ray Path Healing Phase 1. On that note, if you're interested in Ray Path Healing Phase 1 now, please do let me know. I don't have classes organized again yet for Ray Path Healing Phase 1, but as always, when there's enough interest, I'm more than happy to facilitate an online group class. So please do contact me if you're interested in Ray Path Healing Phase 1. So I do believe that's all I wanted to share in this very spontaneous video, spontaneous for me anyway. I'll just stop the screen share. So on that note, for anyone interested in attending Ray Path Healing Phase 2, this is the first public teaching of Ray Path Healing Phase 2. This is the first public announcement that it's been now properly and fully tested, and now properly publicly available. So even for a small group, very excited to start teaching this and offering this publicly, especially with the year's wait on some adaptations that came in quite beautifully. So please do feel free to contact me if you're interested. On that note, wishing everybody a very healthy and smooth Easter weekend, and 7 ray blessings to all.